What up, tube? What are we doing today? Well, we're introducing our new Alfa Romeo Giulia. This is new to us. It's a 2022. We picked it up this week. This is the four-door sports sedan I hinted at earlier, or at the end of last year. It's now 2025. How did we come to this decision? Well, I wanted a sports sedan, something that was fun to drive, a rear-wheel drive, got decent gas mileage. I was looking for about 30 miles to the gallon. And I did about a year's worth of deep dive research. Now, what were the options? On the domestic side, the USDM side, there wasn't a lot. So, not anything that attracted me. I narrowed it down to two options. Well, let's say three. First of all, one option was to get an older JDM four-door and build it up. But that doesn't solve the problem for a daily driver. It wasn't going to be good on gas or moderate on gas, and it's older technology. So I narrowed it down to two. The Lexus IS 2021 and newer, and the Alfa Romeo Giulia 2020 and newer. The Alfa Romeo won out overall, and I'll tell you why. I've gotten to know a lot of people in the Alfa Romeo community this last year because of this, and it's been great. They're great people, and I've gotten a ton of great information, and I totally get it. Some people are going to say, oh, well, the Alfa Romeo is not reliable, and you're right, in the 90s. This car that came out in the United States in 2017, it's actually been pretty darn reliable. Now, the biggest issues with the Alfa Romeo Giulia, and specifically on the 2.0 turbo model, the four-cylinder, were electronic. A lot of those issues, actually most of them, the majority, all of them, were pretty much resolved in 2020 when they did the refresh. So you got a new infotainment center, you got better quality interior components, everything got upgraded, including all those little issues. Mechanically, this thing's solid. Now, why did I choose the Alfa over the Lexus? The Lexus was a little bit more expensive and really didn't offer the sports sedan the way I was looking at it feel that the Alfa Romeo does. The Lexus is a great car, no doubt. 2.0 turbo, less horsepower by about 30 horsepower, but it was a pure luxury car that really wasn't designed to be a sports handling sedan. Even if you got the F Sport model, which is basically just a package, you really didn't get that feel. The Alfa Romeo Giulia, this chassis, the 952 chassis, which is the numeration of it, the Giorgio platform, as it's known, was designed originally around the 50-50 weight distribution and the greatness of the twin-turbo six-cylinder Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio. Alfa Romeo designed the chassis first, put the twin-turbo 500 horsepower, Ferrari-derived engine under the hood, and then said, we need to make a little bit more affordable model, and they went with a four-cylinder turbo, 280 horse, 300 pound-feet of torque, but the chassis is the same. So you get all the perks from the Quadrifoglio as far as the rigidity, the handling, everything, but 200 less horsepower, which is fine. For a daily driver, it was great. It's exactly what I wanted. You even still get the carbon fiber drive shaft and the ZF 8-speed transmission, which is shared amongst BMW and the new A90 Supra. And if you know about the ZF transmission, you know it's a solid transmission. The shifts are great. It's powerful. It can support a lot of power. So this is our 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia. We got a great deal on it. It's the Moonlight Silver metallic paint. 23,000 original miles on it. It was a leased car, fully serviced out of California, moved here to be sold. One owner, full records. It's in amazing condition and we love it. What do we plan to do? There's a lot of things we want to do to this car, but again, it's a daily. Now I got about 300 miles on it already, and it's averaging 31 miles to the gallon. Now you don't get a performance car for gas mileage, but because this is going to serve double duties, that's pretty darn impressive. And I'm not even driving in eco mode because, well, eco mode. But overall, in my opinion, compared to the Cayman, and this being a sedan, this is a sharp handling machine in stock trim. It is great. It rides great on the highway. It handles good through the hill country roads. It absorbs the hill country roads really nicely, but it's a great machine and we love it. We love it. It's great. And so far in my first 300 miles with it, I've had a blast. And when you want to kick it up a notch, it has the power. And if you need to pass traffic, it's got more than enough power. It's a great, great car. So the Alfa Romeo comes with a 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbo, 280 horse, 300 pound-foot of torque engine. It's a great power plant, very reliable. You can work on everything yourself. It's got plenty of power for a daily and have a little bit of fun. Can you get more out of it? You sure can, and we're going to go into that. Maybe we'll push something, but we'll see. I mean, the car is just a beautiful car. All the way around, the lines of the car are beautiful. That's what I fell in love with this car the very first time I saw it. And the first time I saw it was on Netflix on a movie, and I believe it's called Six Underground. Cool opening scene. And then when I saw one on the street, I just fell in love with the side profile, the front profile, everything about this car. So it wasn't just looks. And then I researched how well it was, and I had to go after it. So we're going to improve on that a little bit. Got to wait on some parts. Handling, amazing. The interior, I believe, is a great balance between sport and luxury. It is not full luxury like a Lexus or a Mercedes or even a high-end BMW. It is a great balance between the two. It's got nice materials, leather seats. I mean, everything you touch, it feels squishy, which is nice. It's not that hard plastic stuff. The infotainment center, look, to me it works better than my RAV4, which has a nice system. I know that some people complain that it's not as techy as some of the other brands, but honestly, I didn't buy this car for tech. I would have been happy with Bluetooth and the ability to just play my music through the Bluetooth. It's got Android Auto. It's got Apple CarPlay. You can monitor everything about the car in it. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Long term, I did a lot of research, like I said, and being in the communities, the Alfa Romeo Giulia communities worldwide, this car is well known to go well over 100,000 miles if you take care of it. 5,000 mile oil changes, full synthetic, all the normal stuff you would do. And the nice thing, and the reason why I chose this, and the Lexus would have done the same thing, I can work on it all myself. So we're going to go through some of the stuff later on in future episodes on what and how to do maintenance, what's needed to do the maintenance. And again, I've had great help in the community of it. We know cars, but this is a new platform push, so I'm excited. And a lot of the upgrades we're going to do are going to be aesthetic because, again, we're focusing on daily driver. Are we going to get some power out of it? Just a tiny bit. Yeah, we're going to get some more intake airflow. Yeah, and it may not be what you think. We're going to get a new exhaust on it because you got to hear it a little bit. We're going to do wheels first, a little bit backwards than most people. We're going to do wheels first. I got to order them, and I got to sell another car before I get all these big parts. But we're going to do the wheels first. We're going to stay on 18s. This thing has 18s stock. Okay, it is, and we're going to then decide whether or not we want to lower it because the car is actually kind of low. And do we want to go any further with the new wheels and the lower offset? It might close up that gap to that nice, good lowered stance of, if you watch Mighty Car Mods, and props to them because they made this up. I used to do just, shove your hand in it. Whoa. But their method was to shove a shoe and see if a shoe fit in there snug, you were good. That's kind of what I've always judged it by, as a similar type of thing. So I've already got upgrades. I ordered upgrades for this car like 6 months ago. I was committed. This was the one we were going with, and it would take something really drastic for me to change my mind. So the next episode, we're going to go on some of the little things we've added because there's little convenience things that we've added. First thing I ordered since I bought it, because I have like small things I've accumulated throughout the year, but since we got this a week ago, I ordered the WeatherTech floor mats. All my cars have WeatherTech floor mats. We live out in the hill country, and the WeatherTech floor mats pay for themselves. It's totally worth the money in my opinion. Anyways, enjoy. This car's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot more content on the 53. Stuff's coming. And I got a special video for the Cayman. It'll be its last ride. Stay tuned. God bless.